heard your cries, Guggen Nation, but too much of a good thing is bad for your health. So we're only doing this once a week. Buckle up, baby. It's time for E.T.N. Brought to you by All Pro Roofing on 1010XL.
I say you snooze, you lose. I don't have time for this trifling.
Let's go, Beef.
I mean,
Crank it up.
yeah, crank it up.
Okay.
Yeah. This is bare knuckle street brawl.
Let's go. I don't care.
No rules.
There is no winner.
Just right.
I'll cheap shot
Just
you right
blood.
under this table.
I know you will.
Round
You're a cheap
one.
shot artist.
I
That's how
am.
you roll.
Round one.
Jacksonville's great secret.
Conrad Dobler of E.T.N.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll
That's
come
a
back.
deep cut.
I'll come back with some Bid Davidson.
What up to the Dobes?
Maybe we should bring it into this century. You know, maybe I'll. Who's that guy? Perfect.
Vontez Perfect.
Yeah, Vontez
wow.
Perfect.
I'll
your
go
ass.
shout out to Dave Weidel. Dirty so-and-so.
Oh, he is
He is.
dirty. He's still dirty.
Dirty
Dirty
pig.
player.
Pig of a man.
He's a dirty texter. He's
He's a
kind of a
good dude.
troll.
Yeah.
He does. He
Shout
likes
out,
to troll
Dave.
you. He
He's
enjoys
kind of a
it.
troll, kind of a text troll. I mean, you should be better than that, accomplished NFL player.
I think it brings him pleasure.
like that.
I
Does
love
it?
him.
Maybe it does.
I love that man.
I think his pleasure, I won't say that his pleasure would be lessened if he realized just the minimum impact that it actually has. So fire away.
Oh.
Big Dave, fire away.
Ask a question.
The naval destroyer, they once called him.
They did.
Round
Remember,
one.
we literally had a name Dave Waddell's belly contest in this town.
God bless him.
Back when the days were good then, man.
God, they were good.
Right? Name Dave Waddell's belly.
Round one.
Yeah.
The interview number 2, according to reports, for Byron Leftwich will go down today. He's
Yeah.
certainly the overwhelming favorite amongst the fan base.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, how likely is it that he's also the favorite of the organization?
We say that all the time, too. He's the overwhelming favorite. We don't know that he's the overwhelming favorite amongst the fan base.
I guess at least with the vocal
Yeah.
portion of the fan base.
Yes, that's correct. Just, I mean, it's just fair. I mean, we just assume these things too often, I think. So, anyway, what was your question?
Are you going to pay attention at all
No.
during this?
Shut up.
We get no judge, and you're just going to.
He appears to be the
I
favorite
know the
of
question you want me to answer.
Good Lord. He appears to be the favorite of the fan base. How much do you believe that he's the favorite
I think
or
he's the
preferred
guy.
choice
It
of
looks
the
like
team
he's
as
the
well?
guy, right? I mean, is there anybody else like
So typical Jaguars. You know why he's the overwhelming choice at this point?
Like, has he played here?
No, because the fans' overwhelming choice the Jags ignore.
Yeah.
The fans wanted Doug Peterson, Jim Caldwell. I think that those
Yeah.
would have been the favorites because, I don't know, guess what they've done?
Yeah.
Accomplished something as head coaches in the National Football League. I listen, I'm not gonna rain on the Byron Leftwich selection if they go that way.
Mm-hmm.
And it, to your point, it does seem that way.
Yeah.
But look, we presented the most, likely formula of late, and it's been these young assistants getting jobs. Sometimes you've never heard of them when they get them, and they've been successful. It's all going to be, can Byron command that locker room? To me, and for those of us that have been around since Byron was drafted here, he's still that baby-faced rookie quarterback. It's hard for me to picture Byron as the authoritarian leader of the locker room, but all the guys around him say that's what he is.
Well, he always had the leadership principles about him. I mean, if you go back to Marshall and obviously playing on the broken leg and the guys carrying him and all that he was and running to get an X-ray like quickly in the car. I mean, there's just so much about him in that respect. I don't know though. Nobody knows, but it looks like he's the leader. Again, my thing is I got to assume it's the bulky factor. Like maybe there's guys that just said, "Look, I'm not interested if I can't be in the same page as the GM."
I think there's some of that going on.
I absolutely have to believe that.
There was a sprinkling of narrative yesterday that Balky may be a little shakier than we think.
There's out there, but
I'm not
I've
saying
heard
that
it
it
a
is.
few times. If I'm Trent Baalke, if I'm shaky, then I'm not doing these interviews.
Well, I don't
no
know.
offense,
But Beef was pointing out that, was it the Jets, Beef?
There's a few different cases. There's
they've
at least
changed
a
it all
precedent
over
that-
after the draft.
Yeah. By the time you're to late January, you're
Yeah.
too far along in the sort of evaluation draft prep process.
Right.
That you pull the plug after the draft.
Yeah.
And sort of
I see what you're saying,
reset.
after the draft.
You
Right.
reset at that point.
Okay.
We'll see.
Round 2.
Well, the odds are whatever we do, we'll do it incorrectly.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's their track record. So.
I just, for the life of me, and it's and for consistency's sake, I made the same argument about Andy Reid, and I made the same argument about Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
I think when you got guys on the street that are proven winners,
Yeah, you go get them.
you go get them. And one thing that ownership and front offices have to ignore these days, because it's more prevalent than it's ever been, is fans' expectation of producing a winner, a major winner every year, Hick.
Yeah.
There's like no grace at all. You could be Doug Peterson and go to the playoffs 3 years or win the Super Bowl. You have won 6 in 10 years. Oh, fire that guy.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of that, right? I mean, we see it in Gator basketball.
We see it with quarterbacks. We see it with,
Good segue, Jeff.
Thank you.
19 of 50, 4 of 29, leads to 70 to 54. Just an absolute clunker last night for Gator hoops. In the immortal words of our friend the hacker, your thoughts?
Last night, it manifested itself really in big time for the first time, and that is not having Colin Castleton can be a death blow for this team. And last night, for example, there's a few reasons. Take away 10 of those missed threes, and they're Colin Castleton offensive sets down low. Does he score 16? Does he make up the difference? I don't know, but it's a game. You can play through your best player, and the personality of that game changes. That said, Mike White, I thought offered up a poor coaching effort in the second half, and not going to claim to know the strategy or the tactical formula, but I do know this. I know when I look out and I feel like I'm at the Y, just watching 5 guys that don't know each other run up and down the court, gunning it from any and everywhere, and that's what Florida looked like for much of the second half. An undisciplined, playing pickup hoops over at Bruce Park.
Well, a couple things. This is their strategy going forward. I mean, because
fire them up. Yeah.
The problem is they can't shoot. I don't know what is. I mean, they are Florida's had some bad basketball shooting before. This is the worst shooting basketball team maybe I've ever seen for the Florida Gators. They cannot shoot, man. Somehow they scored 80 against Mississippi State. All right. They scored 71 against South Carolina, and then they scored 61, and now they're going backwards. Now they score 54 against Ole Miss. Problem is they dug themselves quite a hole with those first 3 tough games with Bama, Auburn, and LSU all ranked when they lost them. But losing to Ole Miss is a terrible, terrible loss for this basketball team. It drops them to 3 of 4. Now they've got to go win one that they're not supposed to, like a Tennessee or why would I think they're going to go win at Missouri when they can't win at Ole Miss? So this opens up a whole new thing of possibilities. It's not good. It's a bad situation.
It's going to be hard if they don't have Castleton, Dan. Though, they're not. That's their centerpiece.
But you can't. I mean, 4 of 29, bro.
Well, that's what they are.
Yeah,
we've said that. I mean, that's what they are with Castleton. Only in 4 instead of 4 for 29, it'd be 4 for 19.
They were 8 for 32 the other night.
Right.
So
they're gonna have to hit threes, and
got to make.
They can some days. You're right about the kid from Penn State though. The shooting percentage, that shouldn't change that much.
Yeah, because I don't know what happened to him.
Really, the only guy
he got a funky shot as is, but he must have stuck with it the whole time, but he can't make the shots.
I think the key really for the second half of the year really becomes positioning Reeves as a dominant player.
Yeah, he went 0 for last night.
I know he did, but I'm saying I think it's incumbent on. You can see him trying to force it up game by game, and I think they need that. They need, you add him to these 2 top 20 players that are in the recruiting class, and you're back in business.
Round 3.
Round 3. You guys are both doing great so far.
Thank you.
Round 3 yesterday, Tom Brady is sort of non-committal about his future with the Buccaneers after falling Sunday to the Rams. Said he's going to spend some time with his family, but that he would be, quote, proud and satisfied if that was the swan song. So do you think that's it for Brady, or do you not buy that he's proud and satisfied and will want to try and end on better terms? I
think he's done. I don't know why. I think Ninkovich got word of it. I think he put it out there to be the first, like he knew, but I'm not going to report it, but I'm just going to suggest it type thing. I think Brady's done, and I don't blame him. I mean, now, again, if he gets when he says my family will have a lot to do with it, this guy is addicted to football, so I don't think he can just walk away on his own. So I think he needs a little push, and I think the family will be willing to give him the push. And you know what, Tom? When you said we were going to do 2 years in Tampa, it's time to move on and do some other stuff. You're 44 years old, for cripe's sakes. But he can still play. I mean, if he does walk away, I'm not going to sit there and tell you that Father Time won. If he walks away at 44
he had his best
after the
year
year
in a
that he
couple-
had,
yeah.
how can you sit there and say Father Time won? I don't know that he did. Which would be incredible.
Yeah, I got bad news for
It'll be his greatest win, more than his 7 Super Bowls. He beat Father Time.
nobody does that.
Nobody beats Father Time.
Wow. I got bad news for TB12. Yeah, you're doing it wrong, Chief. When you're 44, you get to the office as much as you can to stay out of the rat race of kids and all that responsibility. So just a heads up, ignorance is bliss, my friend. Ignorance is bliss. I don't think this family thing to me is a veil. I think for every player who makes a decision and then invokes the family part of it, I think it's just a nice screen for how they're really feeling, what they really want, whether it's an injury worse than we know, it's a dynamic within the franchise that they're tired of dealing with. And for Brady, I just think it is, do I really want to watch every meal of carb that goes into my body for a year? Do I want to get up every day and go 6 hours here and 3 hours here? Do I want to do that for a year? Do I want to do it again?
Yeah.
Because there's no half-A-ing with the guy.
No.
The guy is driven like many greats are,
Yeah.
like Jerry Rice was running the Canyon Hills, like Derrick Henry is pulling bulldozers.
He doesn't go to the gym and lift weights for an hour.
No, it's
Okay.
all in obsessive commitment.
It's get up at 6 a.m. It's eat my
And here-
avocado shake. It's go
Correct.
get rubbed down by
And here- and-
Guerrero
and
for
so-
2 hours.
and he
It's
always-
go work out. It's go throw.
He always takes a little bit of a grace period here, and I think what happens is, we're conflating the subjects, okay? I want to spend more time with my family. It's also like the Pavlov's dog's response to when I'm doing that, I'm not having to do all this other stuff, which is like, again, he is an independent contractor, and he puts a lot of money into his business. And that money expresses itself in the time that he commands and demands of himself to be the best player that he can be. So is he, because if he's ready to pull off of all those obligations, when he does that's when he's with his family. So it makes sense that would be a part of it.
If he is
After
done,
3 weeks, though, he'll take like a security job or something because, I got to get out of the house. Is this what you do every day? That's what he'll say.
If he is done, yesterday Bruce Arians said that the Bucks plan to quote reload and not rebuild.
Yeah, that's
for the
ridiculous.
following- I mean, is there a quarterback that they could air quotes reload with?
Aaron Rodgers. Go trade for him. I mean, go get Aaron Rodgers. Go get Russell Wilson. That's what they're going to have to do. But listen, we understand how the NFL works. If you go and trot out Kyle Trask, with all due respect to Kyle Trask, you're suddenly a 9-8 team at best. I mean, you're fighting your life for a playoff spot. You're not 13-4 and a 2 seed.
Well, I mean, clearly Bruce Arians doesn't realize that if he loses Byron Leftwich, it's a rebuild.
That too.
That's very succinct.
Yeah.
Round 5.
Oh, is that the question?
We all know.
Yeah.
That was a follow-up question.
Yes, correct.
We all know why the Tampa Bay Bucks are what they are. With all
Yeah.
due respect
Come
to
on, man.
Bruce Arians and Tom Brady, it's Byron Leftwich. So
Yeah.
when you lose him,
That's it.
that's it for the Bucks. No more playoffs. No nothing.
And
Brady or not.
lastly, speaking of potential departures in the NFC South, a lot of hand-wringing and uncertainty in the Bayou right now, as Sean Payton is not sure if he'll come back to the Saints.
Oh, by the way, Dan Mullen just posted sub-9 morning. Going to be a great day as he ran his 5.07 miles in 45 minutes. Congrats,
Good for
Dan.
him.
Good for Dan. So it was the Jordans that were holding them
Must be
back.
nice.
It was the Jordans.
Yes.
They were holding
Very
them back.
it's a very comfortable $14
Running
million
into Jordan.
jog this morning.
Sean Payton's not sure if he's going to come back to the Saints. Gail Benson's not sure if he's going to come back either. There's rumors that he's being courted by Fox should Troy Aikman bolt for the Amazon Thursday night gig. Are you buying the rumors that Sean Payton's time could be done
It's not
in New Orleans?
fair, is it? It's not fair that Sean Payton gets to, run a football program, have Drew Brees at his disposal, go to the playoffs every year, make millions and millions and millions, and then when he's done coaching with absolutely no experience in his future venture, step right into another $10 million a year job to talk about football. That can be an awfully attractive lure. And here's what happens, too. I don't know, but it seems like a lot of those guys that go to that role, they don't go back.
No.
You find that fulfillment, whether it's occupational, ego-driven, or other, you find it from those broadcast responsibilities, and especially if you're good at it, right? You get a lot you get a lot of validation from that as well. So, you said earlier that you feel like you kind of get the gut feeling that Brady will step down.
Yeah.
You kind of get the feeling that Peyton and the Saints are reached the end to me.
Yeah.
It just feels that way. When you have both sides, quote, non-committal, that seems to add up to less than non-committal future between the two.
There's two things here for me. Number one, he did a heck of a job coaching that team this year. I mean, with the quarterback situation that he had, he had Trevor Siemian out there running around competing for a playoff spot. So I shout out. And what, they go 9-8 and just miss? Is that what they were? I think they were 9-8.
No, they were 9-8.
Yeah, and a winning record. That's something to be proud of. I thought it was one of his best coaching jobs of his career, quite honestly.
Yeah.
Secondly, again, and I don't know if it's happened, but if I'm the Jacksonville Jaguars, I'm on the phone to Sean Payton because I think Sean Payton likes having the quarterback. I don't have a quarterback here. This is too much. I can't deal with this nonsense. I need Drew Brees. Well, we got one here, we think. Sean, would you be interested in coming here for whatever it takes? Why would
you call him up? What's Fox offering you?
Don't you do that? It's Sean Payton, man. He's not the greatest. He's well respected, heck of a football coach.
Oh, God, he'd be top 3 probably.
Yeah,
He's got a Super Bowl.
And that might be the rejuvenation that he's looking for. So I don't know. That's just my thought process on that. But
for sure.
I would at least give him a call.
If you can do that. Now, if it comes
that's
to
the kind of insight
buying him out, that's not happening.
That's the kind of insight I had in E.T.N, and that's why I'm declaring myself the winner this morning. Beef, fireball us up, and let's get out of here.
No, don't do that. There's no science to that. We're not just automatically drinking your fake liquor. Not when I pull out Tennessee whiskey and actually drink it.
I think
one of us
won
is
the
phony,
fireball.
And the other is
you mailed that in that
champion.
segment, quite frankly.
Oh, no, gosh. I gave the kind of insight
and the Googans, it's on you for not calling in to judge. It's up to you guys. If you don't call in, we're pressing forward. We don't have time. We've got a big show today. We've got one of Byron Leftwich's old teammates, Mo Williams, stopping by.
Okay.
Who's a new football coach.
Oh, gosh,
Providence. We got beef with some really
technical snafus.
half-A problems
settle down.
in there.
I'm rusty. I've been out for a day.
Yeah. The cushion day.
Yeah, the cushion day. It's trying to get
some sort of sailing thing here. I don't know.
Because of the prize, Dan.
There's no prize.
It's a theme. Yeah, we're still giving away a prize.
Okay.
I'm not giving away a prize to a Guggen
give it
nation
away.
that didn't step up. The Guggen army
I will
retreated.
Give it away. I still love you, Guggans.
Yeah.
Remember this.
When we come back, I want to talk about today's Hall of Fame day in baseball. And there's some weird stuff going on here.
These writers are total hypocrites.
They
and
are.
I'll start with Tim Kirchin.
It's unfair.
This Poppy gets a pass nonsense.
Yeah.
Is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Because, by the way,
I'm not saying he shouldn't, but
right. But then Clemens and Bonds never tested positive either.
Right.
So
I don't
say what
get
you
it.
want.
It's unbelievable.
Anyway, we'll do that and more when we come back on the drill.
I'll take caller number 4 right now at 641-1010. Caller number 4 going to go home with a pair of tickets to the Jacksonville Boat Show that comes up this weekend, January 28th through the 30th at the Prime Osborne Convention Center. So just be caller 4 right now, 641-1010.